The Paris Olympic Games is the prize. South Africa right to left in their green and gold shirts, and they have the ball off the kickoff. Ryan Oosthuizen to Shilton van Wyk, to their key try scorer this weekend, Tristan Lades. Rookie season for him. Gives it to Christy Krobelaar. Davids at scrum half. Oosthuizen and van Wyk again. That jump step of his to Selvin Davids. He has the pace of Kieran Nortje. And a tackle coming in from Harry Glover. Saw a gasp from the crowd. You've got to be careful with tackle height, especially in these big games. Neither side can afford to go down to 6 players here. Van Wyk to Krobelaar again. Angled run. Bootlace tackle from Colleen Barretto, the Scotsman. It's been flicked back to Oosthuizen under pressure from Max McFarlane.
No, right.
Krobelaar again. Selvin Davids using the kicking game for Kieran Nortje, and it sits up beautifully for him. The vision of Davids for Nortje, and it's South Africa who strike first in the cup final.
What about this kick pass from the skip? He had a look, sized up the situation, knew it wasn't on through the passing, puts it on the left foot, puts a lot of air underneath it, and that is a perfect bounce. That is skill personified by Selvin Davids. He's looking at it, oh yeah, that's perfect. Yes, sir. What a start, South Africa.
It's his 5th try at this tournament, Kieran Nortje. And Lades has hit it pretty nicely with the drop kick conversion. The flag is up. So South Africa come away with maximum points. 7-0. And there's the subplot for GB this weekend. Tom Emery, he got injured very early on in their opening game against China. They've been dealing with 11 players ever since, but he's on the bench. The lucky charm, perhaps. Alex Davis is high, lifted high, but it's a loose ball, and Zane Davids is onto it now for South Africa, but he's lost control on the deck. Bangs the turf in frustration. That was close.
Another good restart, though, from South Africa. Just off the shin there from Davids, just in the act of taking a good defense coming back. Just whacked out of his hands, and they needed that team, GB. They've been scrambling.
Can you show your 5?
Yeah, they need a break here. Great Britain, don't they? They need to find something deep in their own red zone here. They've got good ball carriers. They need to get the ball out of this scrum first. There's Alex Davis on the tight head side.
Sit.
His sister Chloe and mum Lindsay here watching on inside the Stade Louis II Stadium.
No.
Ferguson at first receiver. Harry Glover got the try in the semi-final that sealed their passage through to this cup final. Max McFarlane scored in that game as well. He's up to the 22-metre line. Good tackle from Nortje. Reload for Ferguson to Waddleton. Now Barretto. Big responsibility for him, especially after that injury to Tom Emery on day 1. And here's Charlton Kerr. Got a hat-trick on day 2. 6 for the weekend. Up towards halfway. This is good for GB. Bit of momentum, bit of rhythm now. Their first real opportunity with the ball in hand. Waddleton sets it up. Krobelaar goes digging, doesn't come away with it. Barretto hit hard, chest passes it, and the hot dog from AJ to Max McFarlane. Well, he looked relaxed at kickoff, didn't he, with the smile? Playing with freedom, Alex Davis. Glover in midfield, loves to offload. Can't do on that occasion. Waddleton. Charlton Kerr almost through the tackle of Davids, held onto that right ankle. Barretto rips it to Glover. Glover drifts in. There's the offload from Glover to Barretto, and another one to Davis. It might open up for Great Britain now. Here comes Alex Davis. He's got options right and left, but he runs into contacts. Perhaps should have given it earlier. Counter ruck now from South Africa. Penalty comes their way. Missed chance for Great Britain.
Stay up, number 14.
He had probably too many options, didn't he? Davis, you see, hit inside and out. I thought he was positioning to go on the inside. But look at the numbers there, just hunting from South Africa. The counter ruck comes from Nortje, and they get the rewards. That's great scramble.
Well, that is blitz spot rugby sevens. All ends up that, isn't it? Working back, emptying the tank to get back on defence, and then putting the shift in at the breakdown to win the decision. This hasn't gone out. Charlton Kerr brilliantly positioned, takes it above the head, and he's off to the races, the big man. Kerr dummies. He's been so good this weekend, Charlton Kerr, as has this guy, Harry Glover. Plays with such composure, and now Waddleton picks and goes, thunders those thighs into Nokia. Glover again, double clutch to Kerr. 10 metres out now. Could this be the moment they find their first points of the final? Davis on Grobbelaar.
Tackle now!
Selvin Davids is there. Barretto, Glover. Good patient stuff from Great Britain. Max McFarlane, the quick feet, almost through. Penalty, Great Britain. He's got to leave that alone, Zane Davids, or it could be a yellow card. Needs to be careful.
You okay?
No need to rush here from TGB. Man, that was a great sequence of play, but it all come from the missed touch from South Africa, who stays and put a number of telling tackles in his physicality that Team GB are bringing. This where I think they match up. Here's the mistake from South Africa. Good take. And from there, they just built phase after phase after phase, and they look very good too and composed.
You're right about Ryan Oosthuizen.
What is up?
He has
What is up?
been the engine room of this South African side this weekend, and for plenty of events on the series this season as well. Still out there, knock on the shoulder. They're going to set a scrum here, GB, and it's in a razor-sharp position.
Oh, yeah, you have to, especially with Barretto off the base. With his pass, he can get players on the outside.
It will hold you. You need to engage.
Well, we thought it'd be high quality.
You need to respect the law. That's enough. Okay?
Oosthuizen is just complaining that he's getting held in at scrum time, but he's trying to release early as well, so that's something probably the referee has to look at.
Yeah, the hookers often bounce out quick, don't they? So they can become an extra defender. See what happens here.
Sit.
Barretto to feed it. Alex Davis with the Charlton Kerr on that tight head side, keeping his back flat. Now Ferguson had to get there quickly to Barretto to secure possession. Here's Waddleton. Oh, that's a good carry from Ethan Waddleton. Almost got through Lades. Now Charlton Kerr for Robbie Ferguson. The captain's in the corner. They do find their opening try. The Blitzbock Dam has finally bursted. GB are up and running.
I like the way they just rolled around the corner. This is the first one. Waddleton does extremely well, gets them going for it, and the skipper just comes around the blind and finishes strong, lowers the shoulder, right hand out, 5 points.
Well, how many times have we seen this season when GB had to do something extraordinary in Singapore to finish in the top 8 and avoid a relegation playoff in Madrid? He was amazing, and this kick's not bad either, but it's come off the right hand upright. But time and time again, this captain for Great Britain steps up when they need him most.
Oh, he really has grown throughout the season, and the captain's armband, he's kept the faith even when the results haven't gone their way, and he has been fantastic. He's really been the glue in the squad.
Okay, 2 points the difference. Seconds out here. This will be the final play. Left foot shit. Might have overcooked it. Actually, no, because climbing high over on the far side, but it's worked out, is it, for Shilton Van Wyk? Right place, right time. And Shilton Van Wyk with the runaway, just what GB didn't want on the break.
Well, it's the opposite skipper with the second assist in the first half. Here's the athleticism to keep the ball in. But the way Davis is just so aware, and his number 12 as well, steams onto their ball. Just when Team GB have worked their way back into this game, South Africa just go bang.
You're right, it was so quick, you blink, you miss it. That catch and release from Selvin Davids. World-class stuff, Lades from in front, no problem. So South Africa will go to half-time with a 14-5 lead over Great Britain in the Monaco final. South Africa leading Great Britain 14-5 in the World Rugby Sevens Repechage men's final. One half away from an Olympic Games in Paris in July. Robbie Ferguson scored GB's only try in that first half. Chips it a little more conservatively this time, keeps it in field. And Tristan Lades brings it down for South Africa. Selvin Davids already with 2 assists. in this final. Here's Shilton van Wyk. He's going to chip and chase. He loves this. Harry Glover's back, trying to get back for a GB, or he does absolutely brilliantly, Glover. Anything could have happened there. He has Selvin Davids, who's one of the quickest players on the circuit, bearing down on him. Now the carry from Alex Davis. Robbie Ferguson to Morgan Williams, the Welshman.
Not on the ball.
Davis again. Barretto. Kerr. Waddleton, it went forward,
yes.
did
No,
it?
it wasn't.
Just what you didn't want, your own 22.
Oh, they were whipping the ball across the face of the defence, and it's this last pass here that's deemed forward. Hard to tell on that angle.
Number 3 and number 11.
Oh, but it's exactly what South Africa thrive on, back in their defence, and look where they are in the field.
6 minutes to go, still long time. Ethan Waddleton has been replaced by Ross McCann, who made a big difference when he came on, the Scotsman.
Middle.
In the semi-final, there he is at hooker. He's off to Edinburgh in the United Rugby Championship next season. He doesn't want this to be his last game of Rugby Sevens.
Line. Sit.
Selvin
Space.
Davids
Behind the ball.
gets the ball away to Lades. Van Wyk, Glover's missed him with the spot tackle. Still travelling, Van Wyk. Tian Pretorius hits the breakdown, but ball's loose, and Ross McCann has it. In fact, it's Morgan Williams.
Knock on by White.
Went forward at the breakdown from Great Britain. Scrum South Africa.
You look at Glover
First
when he
knock
rushes
on,
up
We have knock on.
on defence. He's trying to shut down the time and space of Van Wyk, but he comes back. See him coming into screen here, and he goes straight back on the job. And right here, dives on the ball. That's fantastic work from the number 6.
Their ball. It was first knock on Green, then knock on White.
Hang on, there's been a change of decision here. It's a Great Britain feed. First knock on from South Africa. That's a big moment, that. You don't want to concede a defensive scrum there, with South Africa already leading by 14 points to 5.
But it's that type of scramble coming back there that makes a difference, keeps you in tournaments. It's obviously got a call from the assistant referee, so they're working as a team. Good spot.
Scott Riddle bringing on the water. A couple of instructions as well, former captain of Scotland Sevens. Prince Albert, His Serene Highness, watching on, absolutely loves his rugby.
Hands on. Crouch.
Six Nations, World Cup, Sevens. He's into it all.
Line. Sit.
Barretto. Ferguson. To Glover, good carry. McCann bounces it to his fellow Scott Ferguson. Gets it back. Ross McCann from Melrose, where this wonderful sport was invented. Charlton Kerr. Heavy contact from Zane Davids. You could hear the impact noise ring around this Stade Louis II Stadium. Here's McCann, nice inside ball to Barretto. Here come GB. But Grobbelaar holds him up, choke tackle, gets the knee to the floor. He has to let go, but then Lades arrives on time to win the jackal.
Watch Grobbelaar go to work here. He has done this time and time again. Comes across and absolutely manhandles. Wait for support. The call's going to come. Let him go. He does. And watch Lades. There. Straight on their ball. That is fantastic recognition for both of those players.
4 minutes to go now. Gee, this is tight. It is tense. You can feel it between these players. Every single tiny moment means something.
It was actually a good exit from GB, working their way out of their 22. Now defensive assignment.
Let's play.
Van Wyk gets us going. Sheikh Soyazwapi's joined the fray alongside Impivisu, who has the ball now. Big unit. Barretto gets him eventually. Almost gets in the road before Sean Williams, number 7, gets it away to Selvin Davies. He's got Tian Pretorius with him, and that's a beautiful ball. But the tackle's made by Kirk. McCann puts him on the floor. Here's Van Wyk. Long ball over the top to Soyazwapi. Inside Barretto. There's Charlton Kerr. He's looking for the jackal. He wins the decision.
Oh, that scramble from GB was outstanding. Barretto was isolated on the wing with Soyazwapi. but he looked for his inside help. We talk about manhandling. Look at that. Chest on chest, release, and straight on their pilt.
Former Blitzbox captain there, Siviwe Soyazwapi. Gillian Barretto's leaving the field. Will Homer is out there in number 12. They're not going to die wondering here, Great Britain. They are going to use their entire squad. Remember, just 11 players to call upon. He had a cracking start, 2 tries in their opening game this weekend. Will Homer can play.
Yeah, they need something, don't they? They're going to go to the line out here. The 2 scores behind GB. They've been stuck in the wrong area of the field, so here's the start of it for them. Need something from the skip.
Under 3 minutes to go now. Need to score next. South Africa less than 3 minutes away from another Olympic Games for them. Davis works hard to bring it down in the air. There's Homer. Here's Glover. Double tackle on him because they know his offloading game is dangerous.
No.
Roscoe Speckman there in no number looking for the steal. Doesn't get it. McCann brings it away. Homer puts some pace on the ball. Will Homer needs to stay in field, does so. Morgan Williams got to be careful with his knees on the floor there. Glover, Davis. Davis dummies and dishes. Here's Charlton Kerr. 6 tries already this weekend. Good tackle on him from Selvin Davids. Quick reload though for Alex Davis. Here's Robbie Ferguson. Need to score now, Great Britain. It's a bounce pass across to Williams. Morgan Williams. He'll need support because Soyazwapi's there. McCann, Ferguson. Davis changes direction into the South African 22 for the first time in this half. Here's Harry Glover.
No advantage.
Yeah, they got a penalty.
Yeah, come with me. It's over here.
Offside, was it?
That's high.
A minute 30 to go. Got to get on the bike here. I don't think you go. Oh, they're going to call the scrum. That's going to take more time off the clock. Just go.
Scrum. There's a middle.
Other thing to consider here is if GB were to score, you will get a restart before seconds are out. When it gets closer to full time, you can...
I need to see your head in.
Homer looks good. He looks real good with ball in hand. I've already seen him once with a long break. So now tactically, they're going to make a change here, Team GB.
Here comes Barden. Jamie Barden,
Number 3.
Englishman, through the Harlequins age grade system into the hooker position with McCann and Kerr. Crucial, that was the word we heard. It's absolutely correct.
Let's stop the clock as well when you make the sub, so that's smart play.
Final minutes, 2-score lead for South Africa. GB need to score twice or it's the Blitzbox who are going to Paris. Here's Morgan Williams, he's been bright down the stretch here. Ferguson, Barden, Ross McCann. McCann finds the offload to Kerr. 35 seconds left, it's gone forward. South Africa realised the significance of that moment right there. Because now they're in control, now they're in charge, now they can manage time.
Watch the shot from Soyazwapi in the rip. The ex-skipper comes in and puts the shoulder in on Kerr and have South Africa book their ticket to Paris.
Here? Yeah, good. Go.
Brilliant defensive display from South Africa. The steely glare of Philip Snyman.
Bind.
Under huge pressure this season. They won the Dubai gold medal, didn't hit a quarter-final for the rest of the season. They knew they had to come here and win this event to get to the Olympics. It was always the target, this event. The ball's loose, but a penalty's coming now to the Blitzbox, and now they can truly start to celebrate. Because that is the end of regulation time. They just need to tap the ball here and put it off the park. Sean Williams will do exactly that. All weekend long, the Blitzbox have been box office. The #1 ranked team are off to the Paris Olympic Games, and it's heartbreak for Robbie Ferguson and Great Britain. Ross McCann, his last game of sevens. It'll end in defeat, and Impi Visser, the emotion comes. He'll be going to another Olympic Games alongside the captain, Selwyn Davids. Charlton Kerr is feeling the other side of the coin here. You've got to feel for them because they came oh so close, KT.
Oh, absolutely broken, aren't they? The effort all throughout the season, knowing they had to come here and try and win an all-important spot to go to the Olympics. But South Africa have been under pressure internally, pressure on the series, but now they get to call themselves Olympians.